All right, what's going on, YouTube? Let me fix my camera a little bit. All right, so back again with another video, guys. And in today's video, it's going to be an interesting video because this is going to be part two to that first video that I explained about Bitcoin. And in that first video, I was saying that where does the value of Bitcoin come from? And I was explaining how we can use, electricity. Electricity is being used to mine Bitcoin. But I want to go a little bit further. If you want to see what I was talking about from the first video, I'll drop a link in the description below to that video so you can watch that first and then come back to here. So we're going to go a little bit deeper because I had a conversation this morning, and we can call it basically an insider conversation. And I found some information. Well, I didn't find it. It was mentioned to me. So I want to mention to you guys. I'm not going to say the source, but conversation this morning. And you see, there was a text this morning. As you see, we were texting. Y'all see that? See, we were texting this morning. And it started out like this. I want to read it to you. So I got a picture from The Economist magazine in 1988. And basically, he's saying that these people have been planning Bitcoin since way back, since 1988. And I'll show you now. It's a picture right there from 1988. And you see there's that coin in the middle, and it's standing on the dollar, the eagle. So everything that we're experiencing now is pretty much already has been planned and set. And people are now falling into the trap. And when I say people, I'm talking about the millennials. So I want to read the conversation. I'm going to go through it really quick. I'm going to give you some insight. Now, I was like, yeah, man, that is true. We do see that little coin in the middle of it that represents the Bitcoin, all of that. And I was like, people are trying to become millionaires overnight. But I guarantee that they're not worried about taxes. And I told them, I read an article that MasterCard and Visa are slowly stopping transactions into unregulated brokers offering crypto and currencies. I said, man, it's a big trap incoming. He's like, true. Blockchain technology has been around since the 70s. Guys, that's been around before me and you, most of the people that are watching. That's been around before all of us. They said he said that they lied to people and said that some person named Shiitake, whatever his name is, created Bitcoin. He's like, get the F out of here. Bitcoin was created by, and what I'm gonna do is, I don't want to say it here, but I'll put it in the description where it was created by, and it was sold to the people as freedom from the system, but actually it was like a trick bag, double cross, and meant to steal your wealth. So this is why a lot of people ask me, are you into Bitcoin? I'm not too fond of it, like I said in the first video. Something in my spirit just telling me you don't need to do that. There's this, play the long-term game because you'll win in the end. People that want that fast money, they lose because they're moving so fast that they're not thinking. So then I was like, man, I already knew that it was a BS story. And I told him in the markets, especially in Forex, we do hear a lot of jawboning. So we know what jawboning means. Say one thing, do another. And he was like, first of all, these so-called offshore brokers that only accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are all fronts to the feds to monitor people's activity. They're not offshore. They're sitting in an office in Quantico, Virginia. Now, and these dudes are acting, they're doing transactions, acting like they're in some offshore country. Once again, it allegedly could be to monitor your activity, guys. You got to think about this Bitcoin thing. In my first video, I was saying, where does the value come from? Well, it only comes from, basically, I explained in the first video how I think China has a big hand in it, but also it comes from the point where I buy it at this price, you buy it at this price, and I can sell it at this price. So I buy, you buy, I sell, you sell. It's just like a ladder effect. Now, I was like, man, that is true. That is true. And I said, man, this is what I be trying to explain to people online. And I told them, look, I had 11,000 followers on Instagram, and one day I woke up and it was just completely gone. He's like, man, what does that tell you? So that started to make me think, Could it possibly because I'm trying to wake the people up about what's really going on? They're like, whoop, wipe out. So he says, man, you see all these dudes are being frauds, stealing Bitcoin, sending it to offshore brokers, trading a little bit, then cashing it out because they feel safe because it's Bitcoin and it's supposedly offshore, right? Because you supposed to be under the radar, hiding, right? And he's like, oh, they're all being set up. Any business that accepts cryptocurrency for high value dollar items is a Fed setup. So, not to make this video too long, guys, you got to start to think, guys. Just think outside the box and just look at things from another perspective. Everyone is chasing Bitcoin, guys. Like, everyone wants a piece of Bitcoin. And you even have JP Morgan Chase. You see them on the screen right there. They keep putting out reports, 100,000, 130,000. When people hear things like that, what does that tempt them to do? Jump into Bitcoin. And you got a lot of people, like I got in the message, that are trying to, go on offshore brokers, and then they have to deposit, they can't go from Visa to their account. They got to go from Visa to crypto, and then that crypto goes to their account. But listen, if you make $1 million off of Bitcoin, you better at least have 300,000 put away for when they come calling, because you think you're doing under the radar transaction. Nah. I put it this way. I got a transaction through my Cash App in Bitcoin, and it was only like $300, $400. So whatever that equals out to in Bitcoin. Or I think, no, matter of fact, I think it was almost a little bit over $600. And better believe, guess what? Cash App send me the 1099. That had to go on my report. So if you think that you're going to be under the radar because it's decentralized, yeah, right. You have to file taxes on it. And if you're making too much money, you start to not think. You start to live life, buy all the fancy cars, do this, travel there. But guess what? When they start to backtrack and say you owe this, guess what? Everything you bought comes right back, and you start back at square one because you're impatient. All right, so we could call this part 2 to the first video about Bitcoin. I don't know what I'm going to title this one, but until next time, guys, I just had to come drop some sauce. Later.